Hey bears, welcome back. What I'm going to go ahead and teach you guys today is how to make Pico de Gallo. So what you're going to need is a bunch of cilantro, 5 limes, 4 tomatoes, 1 jalapeno, and half of an onion, and salt and pepper to taste. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is chop up the cilantro. You should already have cut the cilantro. And then what you're going to go ahead and do is you're just going to go ahead and cut the rest of your vegetables. Okay, so like the tomato, the onion, the jalapeno.
Mama Bear, but isn't a tomato considered as a fruit?
Yes, actually it is. Good question. Well, not question, but statement. So yes, it is. But how are you guys doing during this crisis? Tell me what you guys have been doing to keep yourselves occupied. You know, who's been going to work? How are you managing your time during this crisis? Let me know. I'm interested. You know, what have y'all learned? Let's see. You know, what do you think, Papa Bear? What have you learned during this crisis?
Well, I've learned that the word essential is a fancy term as expendable with less value. Less value. As far as the construction field goes, they tell you you're an essential, but essential only means essential to the corporation's pocket. Because as far as your family goes and their concerns, you're no essential, you're expendable. Because they'll tell you, for instance, they'll say that someone on your job site was tested positive for the coronavirus, and you're like, well, we're essentials. They're going to take proper procedures, and they're going to shut the job site down and sanitize everything properly, especially if it's a 13th floor building. And instead, they shut down for a day and a half, not even truly a day and a half, more or less a day, and say they sanitize the whole facility and have you show up back to work the very next day. But it's strange when you go to the facility and you realize that everything looks exactly the same way it did when it shut it down. Smell and all. Dust is still everywhere on the floor. Dust prints still on doors, floor, mats, toolboxes, everything. And there's no smell of sanitation anywhere. It's just the smell of the same dust. So don't let them trick you with the word essentials, people. Handle your business with your family. Try not to worry much about work at all. I understand bills must be paid, but you have to think about it. Either way it goes, bills always got to get paid. Whether you have the money, you don't have the money, there's always a stress in the back of your mind. Oh, I have this bill I have to pay. Oh man, I have this bill I have to pay. Never do people really think about trying to enjoy life. When I say enjoy life, I don't mean fancy things, materialistic crap. No, spend the time with your family. And when I say family, family don't have to exactly mean all different type of relatives. You have a girlfriend, wife, and kids. Spend time with them. Show time to them, because I noticed that people in general spend a lot of time. They spend more time at work than they do with their families, which is horrible, in my personal opinion. It's very horrible for me, for instance. Me, I work only 8 hours a day at work, but I start doing the math from the time that I wake up in the morning to get ready for work, actually drive to work, pull in my 8 hours at work, get ready to leave from work, and then drive back home. That's already at least 10 to 11 hours. Wasted. I'm going to say wasted. Maybe for you guys, you won't think of it as being wasted, but I say it was wasted. Non-positive energy being wasted, where you could have actually focused those 10 hours of your day towards your family. helping your significant other, or just enjoying your life with your kids in the true meaning, not just buying them something materialistic. But I noticed that, like I was saying before, pretty much 11 hours of my day goes towards work, and only really 3 or 4 hours going towards the family once I get out of work. And about 30 minutes of those 4 hours is washing off from work because everything's so filthy and contagious and dusty because I'm in a construction field. And it's just that we need to stand up for what's right, people. Put it that way. But yeah, y'all will enjoy this Pico de Gallo though.
And you can use it for anything. You can use it, let's say, for flautas or for... Oh, and the liquid that's coming out is because we had the jalapeno frozen. So it's just the water. Not nothing nasty. But you can go ahead and use the pico de gallo as like chips and dip. Or if you're having a really good fajita, hey, bomb. But honestly, whatever you guys like. Alright guys, so once you go ahead and chop up everything else, just put it in a bowl. And then we're going to go ahead and squeeze the limes. So we're going to go ahead and squeeze the limes. And also you can add avocado. It tastes really, really good. I just didn't put some today because we ran out of avocados. Oh, and don't judge my chopping skills. I'm not the greatest. You know, I'm not a chef, but I feel like as long as you chop it up, and it tastes good, that's it. And then we're gonna go ahead and put pepper and salt to your liking. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and have Papa Bear taste it and see what he thinks.
Throw a few more sprinkles of salt in there.
Honestly guys, he likes stuff to be salty. Salty as hell, to be honest.
It's not salty. It's flavor. That's all I look for. It's flavor.
It's really not.
But
hey, he has different taste than I do, so.
Flavor.
Right. So, just mix it. Let's go ahead and have him taste. There you go. What do you think, Papa Bear?
More salt.
More salt?
But it's good though. And if I ever make pico de gallo, I prefer to use habanero peppers than jalapeno peppers. I like my food a lot more spicier than my wife does, but this is going to be beginner's pico de gallo for you guys with jalapeno peppers. If you think you're up for the challenge, let me know. I give y'all some recipes or I make videos about me using habanero peppers. Then you say that's not hot enough for you guys. I also have ghost peppers. Now, I don't really use these ones that often because they're pretty hot. Every once in a blue moon, I use the ghost peppers. But if y'all think y'all up for that challenge, try the jalapeno one first, then habanero, then we work our way up to the ghost peppers. So let me know, guys.
And if you do go ahead and try this recipe, guys, just let me know in the comments. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. We want to go ahead and hear your guys' opinion or, you know,
Feedback.
Your feedback, exactly. You know, see if you actually, or see if you guys made it and see if you guys like it, or if there's something, or if there's something that you're like, oh, hey, you should add this, or you should add that, or hey, try it this way. We want to go ahead and know your suggestions so we can go ahead and give it a try, because maybe. Alright guys, so let me know if you tried this recipe out, and don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time, unless Papa Bear has something to say.
Just a small disclaimer for my venting. No, I'm not unappreciative of having a job during this crisis. It's just me venting and saying out. We must be really appreciative. No, we must be treated like we're real essentials instead of just giving us a title and paperwork that says essential, but in reality, at work we're not treated as essentials. It's more or less, hey, continue to work. Come on. You need to keep production going because we need to constantly make our money. But drop comments, y'all. I want to hear how y'all are actually handling y'all situation. And hopefully, when all this clears up, everybody else goes back to work and hold their job like they were before, and us essentials get some time off. But that might not even happen. But hey, y'all have a blessed day, and stay safe, you guys.